Joining us now is Chris Krebs, Chief Public Policy Officer at SentinelOne and the former Director of the Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency, known as CISA. Great to see you, Chris Krebs. Thank you. There's so much happening. So one of the things that we know is that Chris Wray talked about the cyber threat from China that was based on a December intelligence assessment that went out to all the agencies. That's a continuing threat from China, or as you would put it, evolving threat?
I think so. The Wednesday hearing on Chinese cyber threat was remarkable in that you had the director of the FBI, the director of CISA, my successor, Jen Easterly, you had the outgoing commander of Cyber Command, and you had the national cyber director. And they were all unified in their view that China is an ever-increasing threat, where it used to just be information collection, where they would steal sensitive U.S. government data or intellectual property from companies. But now you have a much more nefarious, insidious threat where they're actually getting into position for disruptive or destructive threats, which entirely aligns with industry view. My intelligence team at SentinelOne sees the same thing, much more destructive activity. And so now that we have an election season coming up, and we've had all this chatter and the estimation of the CIA that they're trying to get in position to take over Taiwan by 2027, potentially, it is quite concerning that at the time that we see this increase in geopolitical activity, and we have China making their moves, and we have all this other activity with cyber crime hitting counties in Georgia and whatnot, that, yes, it is going to be a very active year.
And you've still got Russia, Iran, and other players besides China. China is probably the most active?
Well, I would actually say that Russia continues to be the most active. We have the Russian SVR, their intelligence service, hitting Microsoft corporate email a couple weeks ago, HPE. There are probably going to be many more companies that come out in the coming weeks about that campaign. You've had Iran in the wake of October 7th going after Israeli companies that provide support to U.S. critical infrastructure. So I don't even want to compare one to the next. We have to be prepared for all threats, plus, as I already mentioned, the cyber criminal effort, which is really the pacing threat for U.S. businesses. That's something that everybody's got to be prepared for.
And Admiral Stavridis, who, of course, is our top international contributor, he has pointed out that there could well be a cyber component of this anticipated retaliation against Iran, not hitting them, territorially, but hitting their assets around the world, as well as their proxies, but also a cyber component.
Yes, and I think that cyber component can be targeted at proxies. It could be targeted at government agencies and military agencies, Ministry of Defense assets. That is something that we are quite good at. And with General Nakasone, the commander of Cyber Command, the director of the NSA, today's his last day. So there was just today a change of command ceremony. General Tim Hawk is coming in, and I wouldn't be surprised if there was a little parting or farewell gift from General Nakasone to the Iranians.
Well, we should say, because we don't say it often enough, he has been an extraordinary leader of the National Security Agency. It was
a tremendous honor to work alongside him, one of the most impressive leaders I've ever seen. But I've got a significant amount of confidence in General Hawk. I worked closely with him in the 2018 elections in the defense of that election. And so I think we're in good shape going into, as what General Nakasone said earlier this week, 2024 will be the most secure to date.
And these are the silent warriors, of course. I just want to point out this just in from Matt Miller at the State Department. The U.S. is imposing sanctions today on 4 Iranian front companies or entities involved in drone production and missile production. And that, of course, affects Ukraine as well as missile production in the region because they've been providing drones to Russia as well.
Yes.